Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to show you the all-new 2022 Entegra Aspire. Now, I love to typically show you the coaches outside so you can see the beautiful paint, which you'll still be able to see when we do our test drive. But today, the weather in Nashville did not want to cooperate with us. It's pouring rain, so we're going to do this video inside of our shop in our temporary location here in Nashville while we make our beautiful building. So here it is, ta-da, 2022 Aspire. So we have all new exteriors, and I think you're gonna love them. I absolutely think they are like amazing, beautiful. I know it's a little different than what you're used to, but I think once you see them in person, you'll love them like I do. Now, I always say that your trip starts once you get in the captain and co-captain seats because you've got that gorgeous, huge windshield. Love it, and that really is like your motion picture movie screen as you're going down the road. Now, if you start at the top of the coach, we've got the marker lights, then the little camera in the middle, that's going to contribute to your 360 camera, which as you're driving down the road, you're going to be able to see 360 view, bird's eye view of your coach, everything around it. One of the features that I love, so I'll show you that when we get inside. Then I love how Entegra, again, this is a new paint scheme, so new front cap, and Entegra backlit. I love it because you can see it coming and going. And then we've got our sea lights or our show-off lights. One of the things that I really like is we have our AIM rallies, which is our all-inclusive motorhome rallies. Got to go check out my video on that because they're amazing. And when you come into the campground, we typically have a lot of Entegra owners at those rallies, and you can see all the sea lights, and it's just fun. It's the show-off lights, and they look great. Then we move right to our convex exterior mirrors. We've got the marker light, and then we have the camera in the exterior mirror, so when you put on your left or right blinker, you're going to be able to see down the full length of your coach when you're driving. Now, I mentioned the new paint jobs. This is the silver spruce exterior. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can see the full graphics as you go along this side. It's phenomenal, and I can't wait to get it outside so you can really see it. Now, here we have our first marker light, and then we've got our front entry door. Now, something to talk about at the front entry door. If you were to look through this window here, it's nice and clear. There's nothing obstructing my view if I'm in the co-captain's seat. That's because the screen is removable. So I'm going to show you where you can store that, and then I'll put that in later. But I really like that option because as the co-captain, you want to be able to see, you know, at your front windshield just the same out the side, and it's beautiful. Nothing to obstruct that view. A new feature for 2022 is another favorite of mine. So we have that's right, doorbell. Can't hear it out here, but you can inside. Love that feature. And then we also have our keyless entry pad. So you can put in your own unique code. That way, if you're away, you want to let your friends, the grandkids, a service technician in while you're gone, you can easily do that. And another thing that's really cool with this is that you can lock all your storage compartments and your front door just with push the button. So you're going to put in your code, and then you're going to push and hold the one. You'll hear the locks go. And then the biggest probably new feature for 2022 on the Aspire is that we have a push button doors. No more handles on our baggage doors. So look at how sleek that looks. You don't see the handles anymore, and I just love them. Push the button, it opens, and then you just slam it shut. Now, if you want to know if the door is locked or open, when I push the one, all the doors are going to light up with a round circle of red. Then when I enter my code, my specific code, and I want to unlock all those doors along with my front door, I just push and hold the 2 after I enter my code, and it's going to make them all light up green. Now I know that they're open. I can easily get into them. You can also do that from your key fob. So you've got your lock and your unlock. On the key fob, we also have the lights that are going to help us find our coach at night. Can't figure out which one is ours. We've had too much fun at the AIM rally. you can just hit that little light and light up your docking lights. And then we've got our alarm as well. Again, you might not want to use that at night when you're trying to find your coach, because you will wake up your neighbors, I promise. At the very top of the door, we've got the Girard entry door awning, and we have our patio light just below that. Then we've come down, we've got our fuel fill for the passenger side of the coach. So you can fill it on either the driver's side or the passenger side, which is a really nice option, I promise you. When you go and fill up your tank, you'll appreciate that. And then we've got our 150-gallon fuel tank and our first docking light for the passenger side of the coach. Huge feature that comes standard on the Aspire are the Michelin tires all the way around. We've got 315s on the front, 295s on the back. Then you're going to see that we're going to have the frameless dual pane windows throughout the coach. And then we've got our big Girard awnings that I'll demonstrate for you in just a second here. And we'll start going to my favorite things now. Woo, check this out. Love that little green light. It's open into our first storage compartment. Now, this is a nice big compartment. This is where you could add an exterior freezer, refrigerator if you want to. There's actually a little outlet for it here, and we've got 110 outlet just to the side. Another huge feature that comes standard in the Aspire are the Girard awnings, and we have a front and a back awning. You can control them from your touchpad inside the coach, or you can do it here with the remote control. So if you want to do them both at the same time, you're going to scroll through. 00 will bring the front and the back one out together, or you can go to one or just the back one. So we want to bring them both out together. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 00 and then go to out. Another cool feature of the Girard awnings is that you get the LED lights with them as well. You may be wondering what this little stick is for. Well, this is for your window awnings. So if you just thread that through the tab and you just pull out your window awning, and then you just thread it right there. Now you've got a 3-point harness for your window awning, so it's nice and secure, and you've got shade inside. Now I like to keep my metal stick over in this compartment, and I'll show you why. Because I'm never going to put stuff on top of it and I won't have to find it. I just usually put it right underneath my slide tray there. Now, another great thing that you can put there is like a broom. If you want to see some tips and tricks of the way that I RV or some of my customers RV, make sure you watch my RVing 101 series. Shows you a trip from start to finish, cool storage spots and cool modifications that some of our customers have done. In our second compartment here, we've got our pass-through tray. So look how nice and big that is, and so easy to get to all your goods there. Now you're probably wondering what's in this little compartment here. This is the screen for my front door. So if you don't want to use it, then you just keep it down here, nice and safe. But if you want to go ahead and open up that front door and have a screen, I'll show you how to put that on when we go inside. Also in this compartment, you can see that we've got a quick connect air line. I know for RVers, there's nothing more important than storage. So I want to tell you how much height you've got here with the pull-out tray, and then I'll measure the compartment next door without the pull-out tray. So you can see, so distanced from the bottom of the chassis rail to the bottom to the tray is 17 inches. You've got 17 inches of clearance here with the tray. You've got more space in here, but I like to know what that distance is because I'm going to try to find a plastic bin that's only 17 inches high so that it will pass through when I push this tray either direction. So it's nice to know that measurement. Then I'm going to tell you what it is. Love those push button doors. Isn't that easy? Oh, and on that note, now you're probably wondering what happens if you lose power, because these are power locks. If you lose power, how are you going to get into your coach? Well, you've got a key. So super easy, no tether to find or anything. You just use a key and you can get right in. Now this compartment, look how big it is. Okay, so Just the opening here is 24 inches, molding to molding. And then when I go in here from my chassis rail to the ground, I pick up 3 inches. We've got 20 inches without the tray. And then you can see that this is just a huge compartment in here. Entegra's giving us some extra floor tiles in case we ever need them. You'll see there in the back we've got our central vac hoses, but nice big compartment. And while we're here too, let's talk about the X bracing. So Entegra does X bracing vertically and horizontally throughout the coach, so the chassis takes the beating, not the house. Now, you don't have to leave any of the comforts at home when you go camping, because we've got our exterior TV here. So you can lock that compartment, but we've got our nice big Samsung TV. We've got our JBL soundbar, new one for this year, so you can turn that on. So you've got your volume controls here, and you can go to different modes. So you can have your music here, or your TV, or your dash radio. So if you've got music playing on the dash radio that you want to play outside here, just put it to that. It's super easy to know what you're doing with this new system. We have our USB outlet, 2 speakers, 2 110 outlets, and then of course the greatest, bring out your TV. You can move it to where it's, you know, in the eyesight of your guests, and then you can also tilt it. And that tilt is probably the coolest feature because it never fails. You'll just have a little bit of a glare coming in. You can tilt it just a little bit. You'll have a perfect picture, and you'll be able to see it. So you can enjoy your tailgate and your football game all at the same time. We have our passenger side security light. You can turn that on right inside the front entry door. I'll show you in a minute. And then we've got our second camera. So that's going to, again, contribute to that 360 bird's eye view that I talked about earlier. All right, this compartment is very important. Lots of good stuff in here. So first of all, we have our battery disconnect here. Now, if we're not lucky enough to have you as one of our storage customers at National Indoor RV Centers, at all of our locations where we store at least 300 coaches indoors, always plugged into 50 amp service. If you're storing your coach somewhere else where you're not plugged in, you need to make sure you turn off your battery disconnect so you don't have any parasitic draw to those batteries and come back and have a dead coach. We don't want that for sure. So we've got our disconnects here for our leveling jacks, our house power, our battery link, and our generator and fender compartment. Solar panel controller, outlet for our central vac here. So this is really nice, especially if you want to vacuum out the basement area, or if you even want to pull your car up alongside the coach, you can vacuum out your car right here from the coach. 2 110 outlets, and then we've got the inverter on and off, shut off here. So that's very important to know where that is. Now you're also going to notice a vent here. The basement is heated, so you don't have to worry in the winter. You can actually see from inside the coach on your control panel what temperature it is down here, and make sure that it stays warm enough. And behind this panel, a lot of important things here as well. We've got the controller for our slide module. If one of those slides won't come in, you can actually get a pin and put them in here to bring the slides in. We've got our battery link. Now I'm going to talk later about the battery boost. This is where you bring your house and your chassis batteries together to give you that battery boost. And then we've got fuses. And here is the splitter for our satellite system. All right, behind this panel here is our fresh water tank. We have a 100-gallon freshwater tank, and you can do a gravity fill here. So let's say you're dry camping, you need to add water, you can do that right here with the portable water carrier. Or also if you want to cleanse your tank and put in some chlorine tablets, that's where you would do that as well. Now, there's a little storage here that you can use. Also, I've seen customers use Velcro and hold extension cords here or hoses. It's not a lot of space, but I'm telling you, you'll find a purpose for every space. Now you're going to be able to see your tank level for your water inside the coach on your control panel, But I also like that you can visibly see it here, and that's why they give you that little window. You've got your Girard window awning, little tab to hold that into place, marker light, second docking light for the passenger side. This is our DEF tank, so this is for our diesel exhaust fluid, and you want to make sure that you always have that, obviously, or you're going to get an error code up at your engine. Now, a couple things about DEF: it doesn't like heat and it doesn't like sunlight, so, and it has about a year shelf life, so just, you know, kind of monitor when you put that in. In our last compartment on the passenger side, we've got our chassis batteries. We've got the control center fuses for the back end of the coach behind this panel here. We've got our battery disconnects for our chassis batteries. Again, you're not lucky enough to store with us at National Indoor RV Centers. We want to make sure that we turn those off when you're storing your coach if you're not plugged into 50 amp service. Then we've got the engine air dryer. Then we have our primary fuel filter and our secondary fuel filter. Now, the primary one is the one that will separate water out of your fuel. So say that you stopped, you got fuel, you've got water in it, and then you get an error on the dash. Now, what is that error gonna read? It's actually gonna read right here, WIF. What does that stand for? Wife is frustrated. Haha, I'm just kidding. She is gonna be frustrated though when you get that error code. So it actually means water in fuel. So if you get that error code, you'll pull over, come over here, and there's a little plug here at the bottom of that primary fuel filter where you can drain off that water. Then your secondary fuel filter is going to filter out even more dirt and water from the fuel. Now, this is a favorite button as well. So this is our powered engine door opener. So we just hit that and voila. Engine door lifts up, you don't have to rustle it around. It's nice and easy. Now for some engine talk. So this is the 450 horsepower engine, sits on the Spartan chassis. Also want to note that the engine compartment is insulated. The front cap and the rear are both insulated on Entegras. Now inside here we've got our engine coolant. You've got a little bulb there so you can watch and make sure that's always full. This is where you would fill that. Here's your engine oil fill, and this is your engine oil dipstick. Here is the power steering fluid fill, and then we've got our transmission oil here. This is where we will check it, dipstick plus fill. Then just beyond that, we've got our engine block heater. So if it's a cold day and you want to warm up that engine, you just come back here, plug it in, and really, if you're having to do that, you're too far north. Then we've got our engine air cleaner and our engine air minder, our filter minder here. When this gets up to the red line here, we need to make sure we change that filter. Now I want to talk about over here on the passenger side. As you look up at the rear cap, you've got a graded area there. That's where it brings in ambient air for the engine, and it's going to come through the air cleaner, and then it will go into the engine. Look at the beautiful rear cap of the Aspire. I just love it. It looks great. From the very top here, we've got our marker lights. Then we've got our camera. Again, that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view. Entegra backlit in red. Just looks so sharp. Then we've got our engine compartment, license plate. We've got our exhaust, our hitch. Now this has a 15,000 pound towing capacity. So what does that mean? That means that you're going to be able to easily tow your Ford F-150 or your Jeep, whatever it is. And I just want to let you know also that National Indoor RV Centers does more towing package complete installations than anyone else in the country. I just did a video on that, so make sure you check that out. Now down here, we've got the 7-way for our lights for our tow vehicle, and we have the air line for our brakes ready to go. So you just hook right into that, and we will teach you how to do that, walk you through it at National Indoor RV Centers. Super easy to do. The full tow package for the coach and for your car side. And then look at the beautiful mud flap that we have at the back. It says Aspire on it. As I come around the driver's side, you'll see our first marker light, and then we have our side radiator. Side radiator is a big deal for a couple reasons. First of all, serviceability. You just saw the engine compartment. It's so easy to get to all the components back there, very easy to service. Then we've got the louvers, and these have been designed by Entegra for a specific reason. They're to bring in ambient air. So it actually takes 10% of the horsepower, or 45 horsepower, to run that fan. When we bring in the ambient air, which is much cooler, it takes less of that horsepower. So you've got more horsepower as you're going down the road due to this side radiator and those louvers. Now, another thing with your radiator is that you want to maintain it. So you want to occasionally just take your garden hose, not a power washer, but just your garden hose, put your thumb over it, and just gently rinse off the radiator so that you keep it working efficiently. Then we've got our depth fill for the driver's side of the coach, and you can put a lock on that, so that's really nice. Just above me here, you're gonna wonder what that vent's for. That is for your dryer. So you need that dryer vent. Docking light for the driver's side of the coach, first one. Here at the rear, marker light, and then we've got our little storage compartment there for our stinky slinky, which is nice to have that there so that it's not in your wet bay. Now let's check out our wet bay. Our wet bay is nicely lit. Also to note, our engine compartment was lit as well. I turned the light on so that you could see everything that I was showing you, but I forgot to mention it. Now in here, everything is great and labeled. So let's go over, we've got our display panel here. It's gonna give us the level of our fresh, gray, and black tank. Fresh tank is 100 gallons, gray is 61, and black is 42. And then we've got our light right there, and we can turn on our water pump here. This is our sewage holding tank, T-bar, and our wastewater holding tank. We can turn the macerator on and off here, the light on and off here, so another spot we can do that. This is where we have our freshwater tank or our city hookup. We can connect that, just follow the directions there. And then we have our freshwater connection here and our hose reel. One of those features that I love, and it's on the automatic reel, so we can just pull that out and then easily retract it back in. And then we've also got the little spot here, the grommets, so that when we want to have everything hooked up, we can shut our door and critters aren't going to get in here. If you want to see how to hook everything up or how I do it, watch my RVing 101 video series, and I do all that, hook up and then take everything back. So we've got a place for our paper towels here, for soap or disinfectant. We've got our shower hose here, and I like this. We have an actual, like real power kind of washer. It's not a power washer, but it's a little bit stronger than your typical shower hose. And you've got hot and cold water. Water filter for the coach. And this is the little tool here that helps you change that water filter. It's not a bubble blower. One of my customers told me that's what they thought it was. Then we can also remove this panel here. We've got the water manifold system. So this was new last year, but this is great because you can turn these valves. I can turn off water to a specific location, but keep it going everywhere else. So that's really nice when you're servicing different areas in the coach. We've got our third SantaCon system here. We've got a little drain here, so we can push that if we get water in our wet bay. And if you're going to do a gravity dump, you would hook up underneath the coach right here and pull this T-bar. You'll see this exhaust here. That's going to be the exhaust for your Aqua Hot system. Here we have our power cord reel and our Aqua Hot 400 diesel for our hydronic heating system. That's going to give us our automatic hot water and our furnace in the coach. We've got the control panel back here, low and high point drains for if you're going to winterize your coach, and you've got the fluid here for your Aqua Hot that you want to make sure you maintain. Our power reel for our 50 amp shore power cord. And again, that threads through nicely so you can open and shut the door when you're plugged in and keep this all sealed off. And we have the automatic reel here to retract that. Probably one of my favorite buttons. I know I have lots of favorites, but But you know, these get dirty when they're in the campground. I usually have a rag in my hand and hold that as I hold the power reel so that I can clean that off, keep the inside of my coach nice and clean. We've got our RV power protection transfer switch here, cable hookup, and 110 outlet. Right here in the middle of the driver's side of the coach, we've got our last camera that's going to contribute to that 360 bird's eye view. Our security light for the driver's side of the coach. We've got our big compartment here. This is the pass-through with no tray, but just such a nice big compartment. We've got the Dirt Devil, our vacuum system here, filter, that's where you'll change that. Again, you're gonna notice that it's nicely lit with the LED lighting. And then you've got this is your control box where all those feeds from the camera are gonna come in to give you that bird's eye view. Pass-through tray, again, that's gonna come out just as far as it did on the passenger side, on the driver's side. One more big compartment. Now, one of the things that I failed to mention and didn't show you, but in the middle of the coach, back there by the battery disconnects in that compartment, that's where your batteries are stored. So you've got the L16 batteries. A lot of coaches, they'll be in this compartment here. So we've freed up this space here for storage, and your batteries are in the center of the coach too. Kind of balances out that weight of them. But we've optioned this coach in with the 2 extra batteries, so you're actually going to have 4 batteries in this Aspire. I want you to notice up high here, we've got the vent for the microwave, and then we've got the kitchen window, which is a great feature. We've added that. They added that last year, pretty standard in the Aspire. We've got the fuel fill for the driver's side of the coach, our second docking light, and here we have the control panel for the front, our fuses for the front part of the coach. So if you've got a power seat that's not working, the fuse is going to be right here. Lit compartment, which is really nice. And then we've got the T-bar here to extend the front cap so we can see our generator. Here is our 10,000 watt Awning generator. Now 10,000 watt is more than enough. But if you happen to trip a breaker while you're going down the road, this is where you're going to have to reset it, is right here. You can all see the hours on your generator, and you can start and stop it from here. And it extends so far, it makes it much easier to service the generator. You can see the dipstick is here and the oil fill is there. Windshield wiper fluid fill, and then we have our wussy horn. And on the other side of the generator, we have our air horns. We're just about ready to go in, so I can show you my favorite part, the inside. But before we do that, I wanted to show you the door. So we've got this nice little handle here that you can open from inside or outside. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the screen in so you can see what that looks like. So it's not too heavy. You've got little tabs to hold it into place, and then 2 tabs up high. And one more thing that I love, a little storage drawer there. That's great for your pet leashes, for muddy shoes, whatever you want, but I like it. It's very easy to get to, or even maybe tools right there going in or out of the coach. We've got our little light that lights up the stairwell, and then we've got the control panel here to the side. Let's head inside. As I walk into the Aspire, I want to note that we've got great grab bars on both sides, so very safe to get in and out of. Now, just to the right of the captain's seat, we've got a control panel here with some important buttons. So first thing is we have our battery disconnect. We can then turn that on or off right when we walk into the coach or when we're leaving, which is nice. Then just above that, we've got our step power button. What that is for is once you're at the campground, you don't want the step to keep going in and out every time you open and shut the door. So you want to make sure you turn the step off so that it just stays out. We also have the step light, which I pointed out earlier. Just a nice little safety light there so that you can easily and safely get in and out of your coach. Now, one of my favorite buttons is the master light button on and off. I love it because all lights on, all lights off. As I'm exiting the coach, I can hit that and I don't have to worry about that I left a bathroom light on or anything else. It's great. I also have the light for the cargo, so I can make sure I can turn on those beautiful LED lights in my basement. Then I've got my awning light and my security light, entry door light, our entry ceiling. So when I walk in, I can just turn on the ceiling lights, kind of giving me a runway when I come into the coach. And then I've got the light for the under the slide out. So that will illuminate just underneath the slide outs. It looks really cool. Plus it helps you get into, see what you're getting into when you're in your cargo bays in the evening. And then we've got our porch light. As I come into this Aspire, I want you to notice the beautiful new wood. So this is the almond wood. We have 3 new wood choices for 2022. So we have the almond, which replaces the natural cherry, and we have auburn, which replaces the Tuscan, and then we have an option for linen. And you can have like the upper cabinets linen and the lower cabinets almond or auburn, and that's what comes standard in those. And then we have the Stonewall gray cabinets, which has been very popular. They carried those over into 22, so they're the same as last year. So we've got nice options in cabinetry, but this is the almond, so check that out as I walk around, and then let me show you what the storage has in it up here. The reading light, which is directional for the co-pilot. Notice the beautiful new handles for 2022, and then the style of the cabinet, it's just beautiful. Now in here we've got the solar panel controller. We've got the AC override. So if for some reason our Vega Touch wasn't working, we had an issue, we can turn our ACs on here. Now you need to make sure that you turn those off because they will continue to run if they are left on. We've got the backup here for slide control as well. So we can do that from the Vega Touch, or you can do it here for your kitchen slide, your super slide, vanity slide, and your bedroom slide. Here is the Winegard over-the-air antenna, so you can just hit that to lock onto local stations, and then we can start and stop our generator from here. Storage above here, but as well they've relocated the box for the satellite, traveler satellite control here to this overhead compartment. It's not in the AV cabinet anymore. We have a free 110 outlet up there as well. Center here we have the 31-inch Samsung TV. More storage, and again 4 outlets there, 110 outlets if needed. And here's our power control center. So let's talk about what inverters do. On this Aspire, you get a 3,000 watt pure sine inverter, and inverters do 3 things. So they convert AC to DC and DC to AC. They charge your batteries as needed, and they pass current through. New for 2022, you can run 50 amps through the inverter. And if you want to know what you can run through the inverter, it's everything here in this box to the right. So you'll see right there, inverter, main, and 50 amps. And then your refrigerator, microwave, kitchen, living room, bedroom and awning, cabin dash area, and bathroom can all be run off the inverter. Everything in this box will run off of either the 50 amp shore power or your generator. So if you've watched my videos, you know I love to show off the inside. Look at the beautiful inside. This is the 44F, and we've optioned it with the theater seats across from the sofa. You can also option in a fireplace, desk, wine cooler here as well. I've turned around the co-captain and captain's chairs. Now the nice thing about this is I can sit here. Not only do I have the theater seating, but I can also have another recliner there in the co-captain's chair. Just, it's so comfortable. You can easily get a big group of your friends in here, no problem. New for 2022. All right, let's talk about that. 3 new interiors. I love them all. They're all beautiful. This is the flagstone interior, and new for 22, another biggie is that it's all leather. All leather in this Aspire. I mean, this is a huge bang for the buck in this coach. We've got the beautiful almond wood, flagstone interior, new floor for 2022, tile, wood look floor that's a matte finish, so great for ease of clean and for your pets. It's not going to be as slippery as some of the more shiny floors. So I really love this floor. It's very popular. Now also notice the beautiful ceiling treatment. Love this. Love the sleek, clean look of this Aspire. It's just gorgeous. As we move over here into the theater seating area, we'll go there in just a second. I want to talk about another panel here. We can turn on our porch light here, our ceiling lights here, the panel lights, we can dim those or turn them off completely. And then we've got the master light switch. So again, we can turn all the lights on, all the lights off. You may be wondering what this is. Well, this is the first thermistor for the coach. This is what communicates to the thermostat to keep the temperature nice and pleasant in the living room. And I'll point them out throughout the coach as we go through. As I sit in the theater seats, though they are powered, and we've got the USB input here so I can charge my cell phone, my iPad, whatever I want here. Also, at my fingertips, I've got the TV lift. So I'm watching this great show on TV here, but if I want to see the beautiful outdoors, all I do is hit that button down, and there goes the TV. And now I get to view the outdoors. In between the theater seats, we've got the cup holders, and then check out the amount of storage. Holy cow, there's a ton of it. So I do love that they give you this extra little tray, so I can put blankets, I can put pillows down there, books, whatever, and then I've got a tray here where I can put my remotes, or just if I need to clean up the coach real fast, I can just throw everything in there, make it look like it's perfect, right? Another thing that I like about the Aspire, we just have the manual shades. So we don't ever have to worry about those ever not working because it's just our hands. We just need our hands to make them work. We've got windows that open and beautiful window treatment, balance, and we have the day shade plus the night shade. Also check out the new light fixtures for 2022. The accent lighting is beautiful. And on both sides of the theater seating, we've got 2 110 outlets here. We've got 2 110 outlet plus 2 USB charging ports as well. Now let's check out our storage. Again, we've got the nice LED lighting that's recessed into the ceiling. We've got the vinyl touch ceiling, just finished off beautifully. Look at all that storage. Really nice and deep. Again, I like to put like large plastic bins in there so I can get a lot of stuff in there all the way to the back, but also I love that they're not divided, so I can use all that space for whatever I need. As we move into the kitchen or the dining area, we've got table and chairs, and we can extend the table easily. And I've got 2 extra folding chairs so we can get 4 people here at the table. Also notice more storage here, and again, all the lights recessed up into the ceiling so we don't have to hit them, and we hit them when we're trying to get into storage or hit them with our heads. And then we've got the big window over the dinette, and the dinette is on the patio side in the 44F. Let me also show you the storage that you get. So 2 shelves, nice drawer there. Big compartment here underneath the table with our subwoofer and 1 available 110 outlet. More storage on the other side here. 2 good sized shelves there. And another drawer. Chairs that fit nicely in the space that's provided there. And one of the things that I really love about these chairs, big feature for me, is that they swivel. So as you sit down, you can turn easily, talk to your guests, talk to whoever is in the kitchen working, but I just like that option. It makes them really easy to use. Notice the beautiful solid surface countertops. We've got the 2 extra 110 outlets here and the backlighting here, the little accent light. I just love it. Just a little attention to detail makes all the difference. We have a nice big sofa, so if you want to stretch out and lay on the sofa, it's a nice option. Also, this is going to make into a bed. So if you want to have guests over, you can easily have 2 adults on this bed. I'll pull it out and show it to you in just a second here. Also want to note that we've got seat belts for 2 in the sofa, seat belt on each of the theater chairs, and then in the captain's seat. So we've got seat belts for 6 in this coach. Now above the sofa here, 2 110 outlets, nice adjustable shelf storage compartment. This is sort of our AV compartment here, this whole top area. So we've got our satellite inputs there we can plug into, and 2 110 outlets, actually 4 110 outlets. I'm not sure how many things you need to plug in there, but we've got you covered. More space here above our sound bar. And here is our matrix box, so you can determine where you want what program you want to show on each TV, and our Sony Blu-ray DVD player. And we have our eye here for the remotes. Another cabinet with adjustable shelves. We have our huge 50-inch 4K smart TV by Samsung and our Bose soundbar. And then we get to comfortably sit down on our Italian leather made by Villa. Just love this, it's so comfy. Now let me show you how to make the bed. We're just gonna remove the cushions. And it just pulls out easily. And then we're just going to power it up, blow it up. Very nice, comfy bed for 2. Now to the kitchen of the 44F. I really love this. We've got the extendable cabinet here, so that's going to give us some more working space, which is always nice. And then full extension drawers. Again, we've got the underlighting underneath the solid surface cabinet, nice beautiful edge. We've got our induction cooktop. So induction means any pan that a magnet will stick to the bottom will work on this. It's really nice because it doesn't get hot to the touch, but it works very quickly. So you will like this. And then we've got our convection microwave oven. And don't be afraid, you can bake in here. I'm a professional at cookies, chocolate chip cookies. That's pretty much all I make. But you can bake cookies. I've had customers that Nettie, she makes the most beautiful loaf of bread in her convection microwave oven. I saw it on the counter. I was like, wow, so impressed. So, you know, you just have to get used to the cooking with the convection microwave oven, but you can do it. It's very easy to use. Nice big cabinet here. And then right underneath that cabinet, we've got 2 110 outlets and 2 USB charging ports. And we have another 2 110 outlets here, along with our fan. And in the corner, we've got a little storage compartment here. And we have a cabinet on both sides of the window for storage. And I promise you, you'll find something that works perfect in there. And then also notice that beautiful kitchen window. And we've also got our day shade. So we've got both options there. Storage above our convection microwave oven. Now this is going to have our little stove top cover. So you can just, you want some extra space to work on. You're not using the induction cooktop. You know, pull that out, and now you've got all that prep space, which is great. If you're not needing it, then just go ahead and slide that away. Great little spot for it. Note that we've got our fantastic fan here for the kitchen with the rain sensor on it. And our big compartment here with the pull-out tray. That comes all the way out so I can easily get to anything that I put in the very back of that storage compartment, and one 110 outlet available there. Spice cabinet, I love this, and the fact that it's adjustable shelf, so that's a nice feature. Residential faucet, and I love the beautiful big stainless steel farm sink. That's a great feature. Flip down. All right, check out all those remotes. I'm not going to teach you how to work any of those. I'm going to leave that to our pre-delivery technicians here at National Indoor RV Centers. They do a fantastic job. When you buy from us at National Indoor RV Centers, we give you a full day's walkthrough. We'd like you to stay on the lot with us, spend a couple nights with us so that you can get comfortable with your coach, so that by the time you leave, you feel like you know how it works and you're just off to have a great adventure. We've got the dishwasher here. Nice size dishwasher with a little utensil carrier. And then new for 2022, they've moved the sink covers here to the back of this drawer. So we've got a spot for our garbage, and I love to have a spot for the garbage. I hate for that to be the first thing you see when you walk in the coach. And then you've got your nice sink covers. Set them in there, scoot it across, use that as a cutting board if you need to. And they're not too heavy, and then they store nicely away. And again, they're not going to rattle when you go down the road, and they're not going to be at the front of the cabinet to kind of draw that out when you're traveling. And a nice big cabinet here. This is going to be great for maybe an Instapot or an air fryer, crock pot, things that I use when I'm traveling on the road. Then right here, we've got our little dustpan. So I can sweep everything over here, and all I have to do is kick that, and it's going to suck all the dirt and grime away. Isn't that nice? And then we've got the connection just around the corner here for our central vac, and we've got a hose down in the basement there that will go from the front of the coach to the back of the coach. And we've got our CO and propane alarm, gas alarm here. Nice big residential refrigerator, Whirlpool. We have the water and ice in the door. Love that. And we have the lock right here on the door. So that's super important. That's one of those things that you want to make sure is on your checklist. So if you don't have one, I've got one. You can email me at Angie at NIRVC.com. That's Angie at NIRVC.com. You can get my checklist, or you can check it out on RVing 101 video series that we have out on National Indoor RV Center's YouTube page. But you want to make sure you lock that before you start to travel so that you don't have contents inside your refrigerator fall out during travel. Nice, big, just like or better than your fridge at home. And freezer as well with the little trays. So again, none of those creature comforts are lost. And then we have our pantry, and you just push those and pull out. I love that because you can get to the very back of your cabinet without having to like cut your arm off to get in there. So before we move to anything else, we've got to go over the control panel here. We have our Vega Touch control panel. You're going to love this. Now this is an incredible control panel, very user-friendly. I'm going to kind of give you a basic walkthrough on this. Again, our techs at National Indoor RV Centers will go through this thoroughly with you when you come to pick up your coach. So right now we're on the home screen. We've got our master light on and off, our exterior master on and off, kitchen fan control, so low, medium, high, if we want to open, if we want it shut, power, exhaust, or intake. Then it's going to give us the temperature, the front, the midship, and the rear of the coach. It's going to give us our levels on our freshwater tank, our gray tank, and our black tank. We can turn on our water pump here. We can lock and unlock our entry door. We also have our aqua hot burner and our aqua hot electric. Now, if you're getting ready to take a shower, you want a nice long hot shower, right? So you want to turn on your burner because it heats up at 50,000 BTUs versus the electric at 5,000 BTUs, or about that. Now, electric is great if you just need a little hot water because you want to fill a pan full of warm water, or you want to wash your hands. The electric is fine. You can have both on at the same time. Aqua hot only burns 1/10 of a gallon of diesel fuel every 15 minutes. So it costs you around 33 cents to take a 15-minute hot shower if fuel prices are around $3.33. So here we have our house batteries and our chassis batteries and what they're charged up to. We have our generator. We can start and stop it here, how many hours are on the generator. And then this is showing us what power or amps we're pulling in. 123 volts, 8 amps, 123 volts, 1 amp. And then this will show us where that's coming from. So we're plugged into 50 amp shore power, our AGS is disabled, inverter is disabled, and we're in a float charge. So this is going to show us the flow of the amps coming into the coach. So they're going to come in through the transfer switch to the breaker box, to the inverter, pass through or charge. So we're at 12.6 on our house, 12.9 on our chassis batteries, and it's going to show us the charge rate. Then we can again start or stop our generator. This is our energy management system, so it's letting us know what we're pulling energy. We're not using any right now. We're plugged in 50 amps service. Inverter is disabled. The charger is in float. Now we can go to electrical settings. Gives us our auto gen start settings, so we can really customize this. We can set our quiet time. We can set our start time, our run time, what volts we want it to kick on at, our max run time. So you can do that all right here. And then we've got our battery type. So with Entegra, we have custom. This is where you can set that if you were to change that out. We are in custom according to what Entegra puts in here. And on this coach, we've optioned in the, well, standard comes with 2 L16 batteries, and we've optioned in the additional 2 AGM batteries. Now our lights, this is really nice. Exterior master, our interior light master on and off, and then our light panel here. So this is all of our exterior lights. We can turn them on or off here, super easy. Our main, again, on or off. So if you see the arrows, that means that they're dimmable. And then we have the rear portion of the coach here. And we have our temperature climate control panel here. So we have the rear, mid, front, and we can raise or lower what we want it to be set at. Cool, heat pump, aqua hot, or just auto. This is our storage bay below our basement. So again, we can make sure that's heated, and we can watch the temperature in it currently, and we can set the temperature here. Our burner, our electric, and our floor heat we can set right here. So this will take us to our slides and awnings, and they're all color coded, so that makes it really easy to not make a mistake. You can go to your kitchen slide, it's going to be the yellow, bed slide will be kind of the turquoisey green, super slide is the orange, red is your bedroom slide or vanity slide, and then we have our awnings outside, our front awning, our rear awning, and our door awning. Finally, we can go to settings, network diagnostics, aqua hot diagnostics. If you're getting some kind of error code, you can go there. Temperature, so we're Fahrenheit. If you're in Canada, I want to change that to Celsius. Our floor plan, 33F. Really, it's a 44F. Screen brightness here, you can change that. If you want to clean the screen, just hit cleaning mode so that you're not pressing buttons while you're cleaning it. And mobile app, this is one of those cool things that you can do with this. You can just download that to your phone and scan that barcode there, put in all the information, and basically everything that I can do right here, I can do right here. So I can be sitting there watching TV and I take my awnings in and out. Probably not going to do that because I usually like to watch those go in and out. But again, you can use that Girard control awning outside, or you could just do it from your phone. So it's a great option to have. Midship bathroom with the full length mirror as you walk in. One of the things that Entegra does really well is I think they have the biggest midship bath. In here we've got a nice big medicine cabinet, control panel, circuit breakers. We have the control boxes for the rear patio awning and the front patio awning. Now look at all the space that we have here. Love the solid surface countertop, which just integrates into the sink nicely. Residential faucet, 2 110 outlets, and we've got our towel bar here, our ceiling and accent light, switch control, our max air vent here, and the control panel is right there. We got a spot to hold our towel. Never can have enough of those. Our toilet, our flush buttons here, and nice amount of storage here in the bathroom. So if you are the lucky spouse partner that gets to have the midship bath, you're going to be okay. Here are our second and third thermistors for the midship part of the coach, and then in the bedroom there is the last thermistor for the coach. Welcome to the beautiful master bedroom of the 44F. So huge king size bed with the memory foam mattress, very comfy. And before we go into the bedroom area, just want to note that we've got the privacy doors that are nice solid wood doors. Now these are locking doors, so when you put the coach in, when you release the parking brake, it's going to lock those into place, so they're not going to be making noise and rattling as you go down the road. So that contributes to Entegra coach being the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market today, period. Beautiful headboard, nice pillows. We've got our reading lights here on either side. We've got beautiful window treatments that taper so that you're not going to hit those. And then we've got opening windows, which is really nice. Really deep storage here. So when I talked about those plastic bins, this is where you'll need them for sure if you want to get to your goods that are at the back, because it is really deep. We've got 2 110 outlets there. On each side of the bed you have a nightstand with a solid surface top, 2 110 outlets, and 2 USB charging ports with a nice storage cabinet below. Just under the overhead cabinets we've got our lights. We have our reading lights, which you can dim or brighten or just turn off, and they are directional as well. We've got the control for our ceiling fan, and we've got our entry door lock. Now I love that feature just because it never fails. You get down, finally lay your head down on your pillow, and you're like, did I lock the front door? Well, this way you can just double check it, hit the lock, and you're good to go. We have nice storage underneath the king size mattress. So I've got my 2 folding chairs in here. They fit perfectly, and more storage on the other side. Across from the bed we have a great setup. I really don't think it gets any better because we get 2 wardrobes, adjustable shelves. We've got our Blu-ray DVD player in here and our HDMI input, so if you want to add anything there you could do that. Nice sized drawers, nice big one in the center here, shallower drawer, but that's nice too. Then we've got our Bose sound bar, nice little solid surface countertop here so we can add some pictures, you know, make that a little homey. We've got our emergency exit window. Now I don't want you to ever have to use that emergency exit window, and if you watch my ProTang video you can see one of our technicians that I had go out that emergency exit window. He made it look easy, but he's like super young and skinny and tall. But you know, just think about that in the event of a fire, what your plan is. Well, we've got ProTang. It's a fire suppression system, and you can watch my video about that. Give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers if you'd like to learn more. A favorite feature of the 44F floor plan is that there is no step up as you walk into your bathroom. It's really nice if you're having to get up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, but it's also nice, just makes it feel bigger to me. So I really like that feature. You're going to step up when you go into the closet. So flat floor until you get to the closet. Then we've got the macerator Tecma toilet here. Now we have a little secret space here. So that just pops right off. Toilet paper in there, or I know what some Texans might store in there. But behind that we have the push button controls for the toilet. We've got the controls for the max air fan, which is right above us. 2 110 outlets, another emergency exit window, and we've got our shades, the day shade plus the night shade. But it's always nice to have a window in the bathroom, give you some fresh air in here. Now check out this shower. Not only is it huge, we've got a towel bar here, oh, and a little towel hook there. You can't have enough. I hate to have those laying on the ground. Go ahead and get in and show you how big it is in here. Nice and roomy. We've got the flip down teak shower seat. I love this spot here for our shampoos and conditioners. The fixed head and then the handheld, so that's always nice. Now we've got the AquaView shower miser. That's what this little blue dial is here, but this is what controls it. So when this lever is up, the water is recirculating. So you come in here, turn on your hot water. How often do you waste? How much water do you waste while you wait for that to get warm? I know I have people that actually fill up their water pitcher and then use water from the shower for their coffee pot in the morning. So they're trying to save water. This way you don't have to worry about that. You let the water recirculate through here. As soon as this lights up, then you know the water's warm. Go ahead and turn the lever down. Water will come out nice and toasty. The only water that's going to be cold is just a little bit of water that's in this line here, so just beware of that. But that's a great feature my customers love, I love. And then just check out this nice big shower. We've got the skylight here, so I have to stand on my tippy toes in my heels to reach the top of that. So we can help out you tall people. Now to the vanity. It is just as wonderful. Look at all of that counter space. So nice. I know I've got plenty of things that can go on there. I'll try to keep it nice. We've got our 110 outlet with 2 USB charging ports here and 2 110 outlets on this side. Then this whole mirror becomes our medicine cabinet. Look at all that space. Another cool thing is that I can see the back of my hair with these big mirrors rather than my little handheld one. So like that, we've got the towel bar on this side, drawer. Look how big those drawers are. A little flip down in the middle. And check out all the space. No need to leave anything at home because you've got space for it all here. No, again, the beautiful solid surface and then the integrated sink, and I love the backsplash. So just those touches and make it feel like home, they make all the difference, they really do. Now let's head into why I particularly like the 44F is this walk-in closet. I just think you have full access to your whole wardrobe here. You're not really reaching around the corner. You've got shoe storage here, and there's an outlet here. Shelf above, bar where you can hang whatever you need to, easy to get to. Adjustable shelves in this cabinet, and then 3 big drawers. And your washer and dryer. Your clothes never need to leave the closet unless they're on you. So, washer and dryer here, and we have a little drawer below so we can store our dryer sheets or detergent in there. Now another option for your big closet here in the 44F that I've had some customers use their closet as a bunk room. Not really a bunk room, but an extra bed. So think you could have a grandkid laying right there. If you don't have too many clothes in here or shoes, it can be a second bed for one of your grands. So one of the things I like to show is the slides in. So you get a feel for your walking path when your slides are in. So you can easily get to the bed. I can get to the pantry and have full extension to get those things out. Also easily get into the bathroom. And the refrigerator. So I can fully open those doors. Lots of room here by the dinette and in the kitchen. And then something I want to talk about here. So this, we've optioned this with the theater seating and the sofa. Another option for the F floor plan is you can get the fireplace, the desk, and the wine cooler as an option. So if you're wondering what that might look like, just give us a ring at National Indoor RV Centers and we can send you over pictures so you can see what that configuration looks like. But you can see that you can easily get through with the slides in. Here in the cockpit, we have a lot to discuss. First of all, we have the Villa chairs with the Italian leather. They're super comfy. I think I could probably spend all day in this chair driving, no problem. Now they are powered. So we've got forward and back, up and down. You can get it just perfect for you. This is going to recline your chair. So just pull that up to recline. And this is your lumbar support. And this is for your foot rest when you are turned around and the chair's in the living room. Now on my left hand side, I have a lever that looks exactly like this. When I lift it on the left hand side, it's going to allow me to rotate the chair into the dining room to turn it around. Behind the chair here, I have two 110 outlets, and then to the left here on the dash, got a little spot for my cell phone here. I've got my tag dump auto button. Now you're going to keep it in auto when you're going into reverse so that it will dump the air. If you don't want it to dump the air, you keep it off. And if I need, say I'm taking a really tight U-turn, I'm going to want to dump the air quickly. So I'm going to hold this down to dump the air in my tag. Battery boost button. The battery boost button is super important. I showed you in the basement where the two tie together. So when you push this button here, say you come back to your coach after a long day, you've been out and about having fun, kayaking or whatever adventure you've been on, and your coach is dead. You want to tie your house batteries and your chassis batteries together to give you enough power to start your generator, let it run, and then start your ignition. So you're going to love the battery boost button. So put those where they're comfortable for you to drive. We have the engine brake, high, low, and off. Here we have the controls for the front shades. So our day shade for the driver, night shade for the driver, day shade for the co-pilot, night shade for the co-pilot. Our mirror defrost button, so just have that on, our mirrors will defrost. And this is a control, we're going to talk more about this when we have the engine on. Our control for our mirrors, so we can adjust those so they're just right for us. Drink holder, 2 USB ports, 12-volt port. Our hydraulic leveling system, power on, auto level. You can hear the air going out of the system. It's trying to level, jacks are going down. When it stops beeping, we have solid red lights. We'll know that we're level. So now all 4 lights are solid red. The beep has gone off, so we are level. Now it also let us know when it was operating, if we were at low voltage, excessive slope, or ignition was on, or we hadn't engaged the park brake, we would have gotten a warning here. Say you're at a campground, you get a warning for the excessive slope. So you adjust and move your coach and you try your jacks again, get the same warning again. You don't want to go ahead and move, just barely adjust and then try it again, because you're going to burn up that pump. So you want to give it like a 20-minute rest in between. Maybe you want to drive around and find another campsite that might be easier to level at. Just a little tip to save your pump. Now when you're ready to go, you're done camping, ready to leave, all you have to do is hit retract all. And you'll hear those jacks raising up. Once they're raised, you'll turn on your coach, get it to ride height, and get ready to head out. The jacks have retracted, lights are all off, and we can power off the system. Now, if the jacks were down and I turned on the system and you know, tried to drive, I'd get a lot of warning beeps, just like we had before. We have our headlights, our marker lights, and we can turn them off here. Fog lights, our accent lights or C show-off lights, docking lights, our map lights, that's going to give a light above the co-pilot and the pilot. And you can keep those on auto if you'd like. Got our vent for our AC unit here. Now just below this pedal or lever allows us to adjust the steering column. And new for 2022, they've made this narrower and given us a little bit more foot room down here, which is really nice. So we just push that, get it in place, what's comfortable. All right, this dial is a wealth of information. It shows you a lot of information on your dash. You can adjust the brightness, go to settings, I'll go into that in a minute. Trip information, more detailed trip information. Our TPMS, you have a tire pressure monitoring system that comes standard with the Aspire. Easy steer, so I'll go into each of those a little bit more, but now I want to go back to my settings, hit the middle button, and then I'm going to go up and go to TPMS. We're going to click into it. So right now, towable, we have no towable connected. So we want to say yes. Now we can set a custom one if we would like here, or we can go down to configuration and we can set what we want. We want 2-wheel or 4, 6, or 4 on the ground. So we can set that. That's typically what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and set that. And then we can go back, exit. So now when we're back to our main page, if I go quick to the right, just toggle that over. It's going to show me my coach, tire pressure, temperature. One more, it's going to show me my tow vehicle. Toggle back. I can flip through those. Now I can go to easy steer. Now if I want to, let's say I'm back on brightness, but I want to quickly go to easy steer, I'm just going to toggle down and I'll be in easy steer. I can adjust that easily, higher or lower, and then just press the center button to lock it in. And then I can scroll through the rest of the messages. And then to the left will take me to screen brightness, so I can adjust that easily as I'm driving at night or during the day, so it's very visible for me. All right, here on the steering column, we have lots to go through. We can answer and hang up a phone call. So answer a phone call here, hang up a phone call here when we connect Bluetooth to the coach. This is where we can do cruise control. Now, one of the things you can do if you want to air up your coach quickly, turn on your cruise control, hit set, and you'll see the RPMs go up quickly. So I'll demonstrate cruise control when we're driving: on, set, resume, and cancel. We've got little toggle buttons here to the side. This is for volume control for your radio, and this one is for mode, which will flash through your menu over here. You can easily go through that. So while you're driving, if you want to go to your navigation, your radio, XM, you can just do that right here from the dash. From the steering column, which makes that very easy. Then on this side, we've got our windshield wiper controls. We can do the fluid here, turn them on and off, and then we can set them high and low here. Here I can quickly scroll through radio, and then I can throw up my navigation on my screen just by pushing that button there. Super easy. Never fails, I go to an RV show and there's coaches with their hazards on. What happens, people get in here, accidentally turn on the hazards, not sure how to turn it off. So you turn on the hazards by simply pulling out this lever here, but pushing it in doesn't turn it off. Actually, hitting the turn signal is what turns it off. So that's a little trick. If you go to an RV show and decide that you want to monkey around with the steering column, that's how you turn off your hazards. Now, this is just your steering, your turn signals. So when you do that, you can see down the full length of your coach, left and right. All right, so we have our reverse, neutral, and drive. We have our mode and our plus and our minus. Now we hit those together. It's going to give us information about our transmission. Oil life at 99%. Filters are okay. Trans health is okay. No codes, which that's wonderful. This is also where we can manually shift if we need to when we're traveling in the mountains. Here we have our nice display monitor. We can go to our menu, radio, media center, XM, Bluetooth, HDMI, HD camera, our nav system. We can even pull up our Vega Touch if we want to there. Nav. And then below we have our camera. So we can go back to our menu, go to our camera, and we can scroll through different views that we'd like to see. I always like to keep that bird's eye view up and then our rear camera up. But as you can see, there are lots of different options that you can go through. But I always end up back bird's eye rear view. Controls for our dash AC here. We have our HDMI input here and USB 12 volt receptacle, cup holders, and nice little storage tray there with our extra paint for our silver spruce, and two 110 outlets here to the side of the dash. Here in the co-captain's chair, I have all the same controls for the power chair as I did in the captain's chair. Also, there's a little slit right here in your arm rest. That is for you to stick your finger in there, and then you can adjust the armrest up and down to where it's comfortable for you. Now over here to my right, I have controls for my front shade, day shade, and night shade, two USB charging ports. I can extend the slide for the step cover. I can go ahead and put out my footrest now and get comfortable. One more thing to note, we've got a fire extinguisher right when we walk in the front door, so great for inside the coach or outside the coach. Then we have a cup holder, spot for our cell phone, and then just behind that we've got the two 110 outlets. So I'm getting ready to pull out of the dealership here at National Indoor RV Centers in Nashville, and one of the things you want to talk about when you're driving a Class A diesel is that your tires are actually behind you. So you don't start your turn until the center of your front axle is at the turn. So it feels a little weird when you're first getting used to it, but don't worry about it. It's not that hard. Take your time, go slow. When you're in a hurry, that's when accidents happen, when bad things happen. So watch out for tree limbs, hug the left side of the lane that you're in, a few little key tips and tricks. But I will have a driving video coming here soon, so you can be on the lookout for that. All right, so we're heading out. I'm just gonna pull my nose out a little bit further than I'm used to. I can watch my tires in my mirrors. Your mirrors are your saving grace. So I can see that I'm totally gonna be fine. I'm not gonna clip the curb. If you think you're going to, then stop, slow down, and adjust. You have time to not hit the curb. So again, it's just all about taking your time, watching everything around you, and you're gonna be just perfectly fine. So you can see the bird's eye view, how clear that is. Now there's no one up beside me, but I'm coming up to a stop, so pretty soon you'll be able to see cars in front of me and probably some cars to the side of me. But I really like that view. You can also see where you are in your lane. Not that you want to watch that, but now when I turn on my left turn signal, you're going to be able to see down the full left side of the coach. So now I'm getting on the freeway. Once I get up to speed, then I'll set my cruise control. We still have quite a bit of traffic on the road, so I probably am not going to go as fast as I typically would. Turn it on. Little dial shows up in my dash. Then I'm at 50. We're going to go ahead and set that. I can take my foot off the accelerator and now sit back and enjoy the ride. Like I said, you know what? Stay in the far right lane. Take your time and enjoy the journey. So I'm also going to grab and see what kind of decibel reading we get while we're going down the road. 67.1. So this is nice and quiet. Can't complain about that. So again, while I'm driving down the road, if I want to change my easy steer, I'm just going to toggle down. It's right there, right in front of me. I can move that up, max or low, and hit enter. It's that easy. All right, when I talk about easy steer and I toggle down and I have that easy steer come up, that's, I mean, it's a game changer. Basically, it's a computer-aided driving assist. So see that big truck? That big trucker just passed me. It didn't push me over. It didn't move me at all. Of course, I've got the Spartan chassis below me, the X bracing. Lots of things go to that, but basically, if I've got a strong wind pushing against me, I'm not going to feel it because the computer's going to detect that and adjust for me, so I don't have to worry about it. So literally, my job is just to stay in my lane, watch out for all the cars around me. Like I said, hug the left side of the lane that you're in. Everything bad happens on the right. And as the longer you drive, you're going to be able to see the line in your mirror while you're driving, and you can see exactly where you are in the lane. You can also see me on the bird's eye view camera. I'm staying right, hugging that left side of the lane that I'm in, safely away from the edge of the road there, and just enjoying the journey. Like I said earlier, when you're traveling in a Class A coach, you sit up high, you've got this great windshield. It's just a fun way to take a trip, see the country. If you've never driven one before, come to National Indoor RV Centers. We're happy to take you on a test drive. In fact, we think it's really important that you test drive the coach you're going to buy before you buy it, if you can, if we have it in stock. We will work with you on orders. At National Indoor RV Centers, we want to make the whole process very easy for you. We take in trades, consignments, you name it. We're here to make it easy and fun. This is supposed to be a fun purchase, something that most of you have spent your lifetime working for, and this is how you want to spend your golden years traveling the country. So let us help you. We would love to do that at National Indoor RV Centers. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today as I walk through the all-new 2022 Entegra Aspire 44F floor plan. Now, if you're as impressed with this coach as I am, I'm sure you're wondering how much this would cost. Well, MSRP is $517,523, and MAP pricing, which is minimum advertised price, is $388,142. If you want to find out what I can sell you this coach for, give me a call, 469-277-1330. If I don't answer right away, one of our many RV lifestyle specialists at National Indoor RV Centers can help you. You can also go to our website, NIRVC.com. Now remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. You can go to National Indoor RV Centers YouTube page and you can see all of my videos, or you can just go and check out my paint and body video, my RVing 101, retro band, so many to choose from. But I so appreciate you spending this time with me. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.